What if you could teach a computer to recognize your face? You can. Computers use data to learn, but how do they know when they're good enough? You're about to find out. Imagine you're trying to teach a robot to recognize different animals. You show it many pictures, and it starts to learn. But how does it know when it's learned enough? Let's say you're trying to learn a new language. You practice every day, but how do you know when you're good enough? You need someone to test you, right? It's the same with computers. They need a test to see how well they've learned. This test is called a validation set. Think of it like a quiz for computers. You're going to see how this quiz works and why it's essential for computers to learn. So, how does this validation set work? Imagine you have a big box of pictures, and you want to teach a computer to recognize cats and dogs. You show it many pictures, and it starts to learn. But then, you need to test it with new pictures it's never seen before. This is where the validation set comes in. It's like a separate box of pictures that the computer hasn't seen before. You use this box to test the computer and see how well it's learned. The computer looks at each picture and says, "Is this a cat or a dog?" Let's see an example. Suppose we have a computer that's learned to recognize cats and dogs. We show it a new picture, and it says, "This is a cat." But how do we know if it's correct? We use the validation set to check. If the computer is correct most of the time, we know it's learned well. But what if it's not correct? What if it says, "This is a dog" when it's actually a cat? Then, we need to go back and teach it some more. We need to show it more pictures and help it learn from its mistakes. So, why is this validation set so important? It's like having a report card for computers. It helps us see how well they're learning and where they need to improve. Imagine you're building a self-driving car. You need to make sure the computer can recognize all the different things on the road, like stop signs and pedestrians. The validation set helps you test the computer and make sure it's safe to drive. So, let's recap what we've learned. You now know what a validation set is and how it helps computers learn. You've seen how it's like a quiz for computers, and how it helps us test their learning. Here are the key points. Asterisk computers use data to learn, but they need a test to see how well they've learned. Asterisk the validation set is like a quiz for computers. Asterisk it helps us test the computer's learning and see where it needs to improve. Next time, we'll see how computers can learn from their mistakes. It's like having a magic notebook that helps them get better and better. Don't forget to subscribe for more AI lessons, and we'll see you in the next video.